Guys, I'll be doing a 100 subscriber giveaway if I can hit 100 subs by my birthday. My birthday is the 2nd of April, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Go follow me on Instagram and any other social media that will be popping up, because if you haven't already, watch my biggest update video and you'll see what I'm talking about in terms of that. There'll be a Facebook page made, a Twitter feed made, and probably an Instagram made to do with my channel, so keep up to date with them. But for now on, follow my Instagram. My Instagram will be somewhere on this bit of the screen for any updates to do with this. So please hit that subscribe button, get me to 100 subs by the 2nd of April, and there will be a giveaway. The giveaway will be car related stuff. It will be a sort of mystery box sort of giveaway. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I look forward to doing this giveaway for you. Hello there guys, welcome back to a new video. Now as you can see, I'm behind the wheel of the Colt again. The Colt's been running fine lately, thankfully. But in this video, I want to talk to you about how to diagnose the Canbus issue I had when I first got this car. I want to talk to you about all the telltale signs that it's happening, and what to look out for, and you know, all sort of stuff like that. So without further ado, let's jump into that video. Right, so the first thing that I realised about the Canbus issue was that the radio display would only display certain bits of information at certain times. Right, so as you can see, on the radio display screen, where the temperature was, that never ever used to show a temperature. It used to just be two sort of dash lines constantly. However, it did used to tell me I was reading in degrees centigrade. That was the only thing it told me. Where you're reading the 6.2, the 14.4, all that sort of stuff, like the middle top, that always consistently stayed as the two dashes as well. That never used to read anything at all either. The time, which is top right, that when I first turned the car on, used to display a random time. Then as I drove the car, after about 10 minutes or so, it would adjust to the correct time. It didn't do this every time I started the car, but it did it most of the time. Another thing as well is it never used to display what radio station I was listening to, which is the bit that you're seeing at the bottom. Occasionally it might, but very occasionally. But other than that, it never used to. So that is the first telltale sign that you are getting a Canbus issue. The second sign that I had discovered was, and this only happened 2, maybe 3 times, was that when I turned the car on, the radio station used to come on whatever random radio station it wanted to go on to. It never used to stay consistent. But like I said, it happened a couple of times. And the same as with the time, you could not adjust it until about 10-15 minutes of driving the car. I don't know whether this is directly related to the Canbus issue or whether it's another issue, but it hasn't happened since, and I thought I'd make you aware of that anyway. The third thing, and the most scariest thing, but do not be scared by it, is if you're just driving along, cruising, whatever, you will feel a loss of power. Right, I just want to interfere here quickly, because this is something I forgot to mention at this stage of the video. Before my dials start playing about, one thing that I did realise was that the traction control light, which is there, came on before the dial started playing about, so that's another thing to bear in mind about that. You'll feel your power steering go heavy, and the car won't go above sort of 45-50. It basically goes into limp mode. And if you look at your dials, you'll notice that after a while, the speedometer will start bouncing. So sort of like it'll stay consistent at 45, then it'll bounce down to 20, bounce back up to 60, go back to 45, go down to 40. It'll just keep on mucking about like that. The same will happen with the rev counter. That will bounce about as well. After, I'd say, another 2 to 3 minutes, the dials will cut out completely, go completely back down to 0, and every warning light will come up on the dashboard, as if you've just started to flick the ignition on, sort of thing. have no power, you'll still have no or a lack of power steering, and yeah, so that will happen. But yet again, do not be afraid by it. It is completely normal, and it is only a Canbus issue. In fact, what I'll do is I'll quickly put a clip in here where I managed to capture it on film with the dials back to 0. At this clip, I was driving at about 45-50 mile an hour, but you'll see what I mean. So as you can see by that clip, all my dials were back down to 0, and near enough every warning light was on the dashboard as if I just flipped the car over. And then after a while, because I caught the Canbus issue twice, after a while you'll be driving along, and the first time my car just cut out on me. I dipped the clutch to pull into a junction and the car just died completely. I flicked the car off, flicked it back on, it started straight back up again, but the engine management light stayed on. There is nothing wrong with your engine, there is nothing wrong with anything. It's just where the Canbus issue has happened, it's confused the computers. If you don't know, the Canbus issue, or the Canbus, is the main network of computers throughout the whole car. It's sort of what links the ECUs together and all that sort of stuff. The second time I caught a Canbus issue, the car lost power, did what it did, but then I was driving back to Soaps actually, which is where we're driving to now, and when I pulled up outside us, obviously I have to turn round because she lives in a dead end road, so I have to turn around and pull up outside her house. When I was trying to do the turning round manoeuvre, the car kept on proper bogging down on me, trying to stall, and because I've got squeaking belts at the moment, the belts were constantly squeaking every time I accelerated to keep the revs up, and there was just no power at all to like turn the car around as such. It was quite a struggle. But like I said, it's all normal, so if this happens, don't get freaked out by it. So as far as I'm aware, they're the signs that I've discovered personally from experience that you've got a Canbus issue. Other signs can include the car failing to start altogether, the car misfiring, the radio not working, other electrics not working. But yeah, it all links back to the radio display screen. Now there's two ways that you can solve this Canbus issue. The first way will be to just unplug it altogether and let it read nothing. That solves it. Or if you're like me and you like your car to stay whole, replace the screen. Now, when you replace the screens, if you just get the part directly from Mitsubishi, you're looking at £142 roughly for a new part. You can pick these up second hand, however it's at your own risk. For example, my one was second hand off of a salvage car that I found on the Colt forums, and it cost me 20 quid. Because I don't have the time, patience or knowledge to faff about with electrics, I took it to a garage at the bottom of my road who specialise with car electrics, and they replaced it for me, and it cost me £24 in labour. So that's a £44 fix. And then theoretically it should solve the issue. I mean, I've driven this car about 600 miles, I think, since I've had the issue sorted, and not once have I came across any Canbus related issues. If you continue to have these issues, then other things to look at will be the fuses on the positive battery terminal. They can wear out and go bad. Bad connection to the battery, bad connections at the bulkhead, and I think that's about it in terms of possibilities for these issues. But yeah, I thought I'd share this with you now and let you know sort of what goes on. There is one final thing I want to show you, which I'll show you when I pull up outside Soaps. This will link back to when the dials are playing about. You'll hear a clicking noise coming from sort of behind the glove box, if that makes sense, where some of the computers are, which is the same noise you'll hear when you turn the car off. So what I'll do is, once I get back to Soaps, I will film me turning the car off and point out the clicking sound you'll hear. You'll hear this sound consistently but in an inconsistent pattern. So it sort of go, and you'd hear it consistently as your dials are bouncing around. But yeah, I'm going to drive back to Soph's, and then once I'm back at Soph's, I'll flick the car off and I'll show you what it sounds like. Right, so we're now back at Soph's. Just quickly, them dashes on that centre bit, don't know if you can see it, that's what shows up when you have the Canbus issue. The reason why it's showing up is because I'm not consuming any petrol at the moment. But this is the sound that I was on about. Ready? That clicking sound there. You'll hear that consistently when the dials are bouncing about. Anyway, I'm going to flip the camera around and outro the video. Right, so thank you guys very much for watching this video. I feel this was quite a good video to put out there because I don't think I've seen any other videos to do with Canbus related issues with this car. I believe this only resorts to the, I'm going to say 2003 to 2007 models. So the shape that I've got, not the shape that comes with the Evo looking front end. I'll put a picture up on screen now. So yeah, not for that shape. I'm not too sure anyway. If it is for that shape, then someone let me know down below. But I know it's a thing for these ones here. So anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Now, I know I've already outroed the video. I don't know whether I'll be putting this bit in before I outro the video or after. I'm not too sure. But either way, I've already finished recording the video. But there is something else that I wanted to say very quickly as well. When this Canbus issue happens, you will get a error code when you plug an OBD in of, I think it's U1108. I'll put a screenshot in now. So yeah, that screenshot is the code you'll get. This was taken on a basic app for your phone called Talk. You can get it free in the Play Store and stuff like that, or you can get a paid version as well. But if you plug it into a more advanced diagnostic machine, you'll get loads of other U codes such as SRS timeout, airbag timeout, all that sort of stuff. They are all interlinked within the Canbus issue, hence why they're also U codes. So I just thought I might make you guys aware of that as well. Like, there is no faults with your car if you see all them codes. It's all related with the Canbus issue. So yeah, I just thought I might chuck that in, but hey ho.